Welcome to your Tech News Today, the Monday through Friday podcast about keeping you informed and empowered by giving you the latest tech stories that impact your daily life. We'll get started in a moment. First, we'd like to recognize our partners who help make these podcasts possible. It's Friday, December 7th. I'm Mike James. Coming up in a bit, how you can get a new iPhone at an amazing low price. Plus, the blue screen of death is back, and social media sites' new ban on porn is not going so well. All that's coming up on Tech News Today. Well, some great news if you've been wanting a new iPhone but don't want to pay the big price. iPhone sales have slumped this year, so they've got some new tricks up their sleeve to entice people to buy. They're offering discount promotions and huge trade-in values for your old gadgets. Just this week, Apple started offering the iPhone XR for under $450 when you trade in an iPhone 7 Plus. That's $300 cheaper than the official sticker price. Apple appears to be making the effort to up sales just in time for the holidays. And let's face it, with dismal sales, they need to get rid of some inventory that they thought would be flying off the shelf. So I guess get it while you can, if you can. And the blue screen of death is back for some. A recent update for Windows 10 has been causing all kinds of trouble for people with the Surface Book 2 laptop. They've been getting a blue or black screen with an error code that says System Thread Exception Not Handled. It's so bad that Microsoft is now blocking the update from being installed on other gadgets. Anyone who sees that error should use the Microsoft Blue Screen Troubleshooter to try and fix the problem. Microsoft says there will be a solution on the bug in their December security update. Just ahead, a popular social media site's ban on pornography is not going as expected. Right now, let me tell you about our partners at Quip. I love when I see technology used in a way that not only improves your life, it also improves your health. And I'm talking about Quip, the electric toothbrush. This is not just any old electric toothbrush. It was created by dentists and designers and the pros that understand sometimes you need to add technology to improve a product. I love brushing my teeth with Quip. It gently pulses, so if you have sensitive gums, it's a perfect toothbrush for you. And I feel like I have given my teeth a deep cleaning, and it's something that you don't get with a manual toothbrush. Quip electric toothbrush is the perfect gift for anyone with a mouth. That means everybody, and it may look like a big-ticket item, but it starts at just $25. And if you go to quip.com/Kim right now, you get your first refill pack for free with a Quip electric toothbrush. But you don't have to tell your giftee that. That's your first refill pack free at getquip.com. That's getquip.com/Kim. Oh, we told you earlier this week about a policy change at Tumblr. The blogging site announced that it's going to be banning content that is considered pornography. Site administrators have already implemented algorithms designed to flag posts that contain adult content. Well, it's not going exactly as planned. People are complaining that some of their posts that are completely innocent and have nothing to do with porn are being hidden by Tumblr. They're reposting the hidden images on other social media sites like Twitter to show just how ridiculous the wrong auto-detecting algorithm is. One woman pointed out that 2 of her pics were flagged by Tumblr. One of her fully clothed, and the other was a picture of a vase that was reported as not safe for work. A lot of what's being flagged is pictures of artwork, like the statue of David. One person even had a photo taken down of a dinosaur bone, of all things. Leaving this up to an algorithm probably was not a good idea. They might have learned something from Facebook earlier this year. We'll see how that turns out. There's a new feature on the Apple Watch 4. The latest OS update was released this week, and it came with the ECG app. It's the first FDA-cleared device with this kind of capability to be offered directly to consumers over the counter. It's a wearable gadget that can help you detect signs of atrial fibrillation, or AFib, which is the most common type of irregular heart rhythm. When activated, the new feature will work in the background to occasionally monitor for an irregular heartbeat. You'll be notified if one is detected, and that's when you launch the ECG app. Then you place your finger on the watch, and it takes about 30 seconds to get the results. The information is even stored on your phone and can be shared with your doctor. Now, you know it's only a matter of time before hypochondriacs everywhere start running into emergency rooms saying, They've taken their EKG on their iPhone and something is not right. Technology. Hey, making predictions can be interesting. Sometimes they're spot on, like AT&T a while back, and sometimes they just completely miss the mark. There was an article in a New York newspaper in 1988 that talked about what jobs would be like in 2018. So here are some of the crazy ideas the so-called experts back then were talking about. One of the silliest job titles of the future mentioned was Ocean Hotel Manager. And so at the time, they thought that we would be so overcrowded in 2018, people would be living in cities either built under or on top of the ocean. Other predictions included lunar astronomer, wellness consultant, robot personal trainer, and we're probably not so far away from that, and sports law specialists. I guess like everything you read on the internet, every expert is not always quite right. People are getting fired up over emojis now. That's coming up next. Right now, a quick thank you to our friends who helped make this podcast possible. All right, some people do take their emojis just a little bit too seriously. Apple came out with new emojis a couple of months ago, and people were up in arms about the new bagel emoji. They complained that it looked too much like a cheap frozen bagel you'd find at a grocery store, among other things. Well, the gripes have not stopped there. The Monterey Bay Aquarium sent a bunch of pun-filled comments over Twitter this week, making fun of Apple's squid emoji. Apparently, it has its siphon in the wrong place, and aquarium representatives wanted everyone to know about it. The tweets pointed out that the squid emoji is upside down and said, "Not even squidding." The siphon should be behind the head, and it looks like a weirdo nose. I mean, it's just a meme, right? Take it as you will. Yeah, I know. If you've ever researched your family tree, it's pretty easy using genetic testing companies like Ancestry and 23andMe. All you have to do is submit a sample of your saliva, and then they do the rest. Or you can do even in a computer, put in your mom's name, your dad's name, and grandparents maybe, and all of a sudden you're looking at your great-great-great-great-great-grandfather and where he came from. At any rate, you find out a little bit more about your family, and you share it with family and friends, and usually that's the end of it. Well, it turns out we're now finding that these kind of companies sometimes sell customer data to drug makers, and it's becoming more common. That's because 23andMe just signed a $300 million deal with pharmaceutical company GlaxoSmithKline. Yeah, $300 million. The 4-year deal will let the drug company comb over records from 23andMe to research new drugs to help develop patents to take part in clinical trials. Now, the DNA samples that the customers submit are anonymous, but the fear is that data leaks can happen and expose information. If you've ever used one of these services, you could protect yourself and your data by contacting the company and find out if they have removed it. If they have not, you can simply ask them to remove it. Some companies keep their customer records for up to a decade, but will discard it if you make a request. Finally, for today's Commando Kicker, Midwesterners have a reputation of being extra nice, and they certainly are. I've never met a mean person from Minnesota or Wisconsin or anybody up in that neighborhood. Well, a man lost his wallet recently in South Dakota. And when something like this usually happens, especially in the big cities, there's a slim chance you'll ever see your wallet again, let alone with any valuables left inside. But that wasn't the case here. The man said there was $60 inside the wallet, along with a check. And when it went missing while traveling to his sister's wedding, surprisingly, he found it mailed back to him a week later with a note and an extra $40 cash. The note said the mystery person found it wedged behind the seat on an airplane, and they added the cash so he could celebrate getting his wallet back. That is an awesome story. For more fun and interesting facts, go to commando.com and search for the Commando Kicker. And that's your tech news today. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you get us downloaded to your gadget every single day. And don't miss our latest Commando On Demand episode talking about holograms, how they're made, and bringing back actors and even musicians with holograms. That's at podnet.com, or of course on your favorite podcast player. Just search KOMANDO. Look for the Commando On Demand podcast. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend.